Hi everyone, it is Lisa here with Crafty Wifey. I am doing a video for a challenge giveaway that Robin over at TNGIRL224 is having. It's called Spark My Memory. So you're not required to craft anything or put anything together or send anything in. She's simply asking you to share some of your childhood memories with her. Robin suffers from bouts of post-traumatic stress disorder, which sometimes comes with memory loss, suppressed memories, memory loss. And Robin is looking to go through her childhood memory, well, her life. I think that she's putting together sort of a life book, all about me book, and is hoping that by us sharing our memories will help spark her memories from childhood as well. Maybe she shares some of your childhood, maybe your memories, maybe some of the objects that you show will bring her back, and she would have experienced similar things too. So I thought, wow, that's fantastic. What a great idea, and a fun idea. So I went digging around my house and was actually had to scale it back a little bit. I was getting a little bit carried away thinking about the things that I have done as a child and used to play with and collect, and oh yeah, I started getting carried away, and I would have you sitting here for an hour looking at all of my stuff. And I'm sure that you don't need to do that. So I tried to narrow it down to just a few objects to share with you from my childhood. So here we go. The first one is this plaque. It's about 8 by 12. There are 4 of these images. They are Holly Hobby images. And I know Holly Hobby goes way back. I am an 80s baby. I was born in the 70s, but a lot of my childhood, my developmental years were in the 80s. Fun era, mostly. And my mom actually found these for me at a secondhand shop, a thrift shop, actually. And there were 4 of them, and they hung in my bedroom as a little girl forever until I was probably 20 years old. These are very dear to me. She signed one of them, to Lisa from Mommy, October 6, 1986. And you know what? I actually love that she did sign those. I had forgotten about these. They were packed away. I have moved a number of times over the years, and these were packed. And I actually just found these about, I'm going to say 2 months ago. And I was so happy when I found them. I thought they had gone through the moves. They had just gotten lost, but they didn't. And I also had a yellow and white Holly Hobby bedspread set with shams and curtains and everything. And I'm not sure why my mom chose the Holly Hobby theme for me. Maybe it meant something to her, but that was my sort of bedroom theme as a little girl. So love these, love Holly Hobby. I had a Holly Hobby cookbook, my first cookbook, and it was a hardcover, and it was either orange or red, and sadly that got lost over the years. It was at my mom's house for the longest time. Something told me that I should take it home with me when I had moved out, and I didn't. I thought it would always be there, and I looked and looked and looked through her things, and she's moved too. So through the moves, we've lost my Holly Hobby cookbook, which is very, very sad. I really like that thing, but I mean, que sera, sera. Another thing, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz is one of my my earliest memories as a child. I remember being 4 years old and my mom putting this on for me. And I had no idea what the Wizard of Oz was. But she put it on for me. Look, you'll like it, she said. And I was just enamored. I don't think I moved away from the TV even for a second. And this was back in the early 80s. We didn't have, VHSs or anything like that yet. So I had to wait every December, in early December, they would put this on TV. And I watched it every year for years. I didn't ever miss it. I loved Dorothy. Everything about this movie I loved. And still love so much that I bought the 2-disc special edition as an adult. I am a mother and wife. I have my own family. I do not have little girls. I do not have little children in the house. My son is 20. But I had to get this. This had to be bought for me. In fact, I have 2 copies because I love it. So this is from my childhood, something I had to get as an adult. Another thing, Grease. Liked 1 and 2, but obviously the original is the best. Loved Grease. As a little girl, I had a good friend. I was an only child until I was 10 before my mom had any children, and they were boys. So I could have lived a lonely life, but we lived in an apartment block with a number of little girls that were my age, and we all became friends, and I still have one good friend from when I was, for about 30 years now. She's still my best friend, all the way from back at our block. And this movie was introduced to me from my friend's mother, who liked musicals and things like that. And I can't tell you how many times I watched this movie. Oh, hundreds, literally hundreds. So we used to watch this as a little girls at sleepovers and that, and I know all the words, all the songs, everything. So Grease, love it. It just reminds me of the slumber parties and all that we used to have. We used to watch these kinds of movies at the slumber parties. We all love them. So I'm really thankful to that my friend's mother who introduced me to it. And another thing, Annie. I loved Annie. I've watched this movie too as a little girl. Oh gosh, hundreds of times. I know the whole movie. I could recite it for you, word for word. And this too, I watched this as a little girl many, many times at my friend's house, at slumber parties, things like that. And had to get this as an adult. Like I said, I don't have small children. These are in our movie collection strictly for me. Once in a while, I just watch them. I just like the music. This one too. I mean, these are things that carried over from my childhood that I had to have copies of in my adult life. And my son has reluctantly watched these. And I do now have a couple of nieces that I sit down and watch, especially Annie with, and they love her too. The music was fun. I thought they dressed her so pretty. I really liked the clothes that they put on her after she met Daddy Warbucks. And anyway, I know you're probably thinking, my God, did this girl ever go outside? All of her things have to do with TV. And no, I spent a lot of time outside. As children, we were outside every day in summer. We were skipping and we played yogi and hide and seek and tag and rode our bikes. Always, 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 always outside. Unlike many children today, unfortunately. But we were outside all day long, especially in the summertime, playing at the park and playing marbles and just doing everything that we could do. But I didn't really want to show you my skip and rope and, you know, a yogi. I don't know if anybody even knows what yogi is. It seems like just me and my friends at our apartment block remember. The yogi were the elastics, you know, used to jump around and have songs. And anyway, but these things were dear to me. This is what we did at nighttime when it was too late to be outside, and or it was rainy outside and we couldn't be outside, but we were inside hanging out and just at the slumber parties, sleepovers, things like that. These types of things is usually what was playing on the TV. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I can't be the only one out there who watched these things and have them in my adult collection, but those were just a couple of things that meant a lot to me, that I did a lot, and sort of take me back, make me smile, because those were good times, innocent times. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that you will take part in Robin's challenge. It runs until March the 1st. I'm sure she would just be happy to share in with your memories as well. Thank you so much. Bye.